More than 165 international charities and non-governmental organisations, including Oxfam, Amnesty International and Save the Children, have called for the closure of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. The foundation is backed by the United States and Israel and says it's delivered more than 52 million meals in 5 weeks. But the NGOs and many witnesses have described a pattern of Israeli forces and armed gangs opening fire on people seeking aid. Gaza's health ministry says more than 500 Palestinians have been killed and thousands injured around GHF sites in the last month. Now, Bushra Khalidi is Oxfam's policy lead in the occupied Palestinian territory. She joins us from Ramallah in the West Bank. Welcome to DW. Why does Oxfam want the GHF to be closed down?
I mean, you know, we just cannot comply with any of this current setup and this current scheme. It goes against everything we believe in as a humanitarian organization, you know, led by the moral compass of international law, where international humanitarian law protects civilians wherever they are. And what we're seeing is not protection, where we've seen more than 500 Palestinians being killed and almost 4,000 injured just trying to access this food that this new Israeli mechanism is distributing. And now we're seeing Israeli forces and armed groups, some reportedly, in fact, operating with backing from Israeli authorities, are now routinely opening fire on desperate civilians, risking everything just to survive. You know, this is not what a humanitarian response looks like. You know, a humanitarian response, you know, will address the issues of hunger, the issues of sanitation and water, rebuilding and rehabilitating hospitals. The fuel that is not entering and crippling every single sector in Gaza is also restricted by this U.S.-Israeli delivery scheme. And in fact, this delivery scheme is only reinforcing military control and dehumanizing Palestinians. And, you know, what our operations do is the opposite.
Right. So clearly you're an expert in this area, but it seems from what you've said that there are two elements to your criticism. There is the way that the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation operates and the framework within which it operates. You've said that the framework doesn't work, and you've described the deaths and injuries that have occurred. Do you blame the GHF for those deaths and injuries?
Listen, I just want to take it back a bit. Funneling a single generic food box through a militarized pipeline run by the Israeli army, it disregards the catastrophic needs after over 20 months of deliberate deprivation. It disregards medical supplies, it disregards clean water, it disregards shelter materials, it disregards fuel, it disregards specialized nutrition for children that have been, you know, facing famine almost like conditions. A box of pasta and a box of flour is not going to meet the needs of a child that has been on the brink of starvation. This is an aid. It's a coercive first served competition for survival inside shrinking and active conflict zones, where even standing in line now has become a death sentence. I don't see how this is a humanitarian response. I just want to give no,
please, because time is short. Let me put to you a statement that the GHF issued in response to the letter which Oxfam signed. They said, instead of bickering and throwing insults from the sidelines, we would welcome other humanitarian groups to join us and feed the people in Gaza. Has Oxfam reached out to GHF to try and help?
Again, we will not operate under such circumstances. We will not agree to deliver our aid or our humanitarian response through army, military, private contractors. It goes against the law. We would literally be breaking international law by doing that. So we just cannot do that. Actually, what we have been delivering, we've been supporting water trucking. We've been providing emergency cash for work programs. We've been providing mental health and psychosocial support. We've been restoring essential essential services wherever we can. We welcome innovation and we welcome working with new partners to find new approaches to saving lives, but we will not support an approach that has proven unsafe, uncoordinated, and harmful to the Palestinian civilians. Gaza has been under siege. Over 20 months of deprivations and 9 months of full blockade have pushed the population to the edge of famine. Food alone cannot meet this scale of need. Tens of thousands of pallets of aid are ready to go, but the siege remains. Israel chooses to close the crossings. We are here and ready to delivery. People in Gaza are just hungry. They need clean water. They need fuel.
Okay, this is a point that
aid must reach people wherever they are.
Has been made. You have made, and we get that. That's very clear. Thank you so much for talking us through that. Bushra Khalidi from Oxfam. Thank you.
Thank you.